Hey friends, good news. A growing number of Iowans must understand that the school vouchers program is a irresponsible giveaway with no checks and balances for tax dollars, because today the governor of the state of Iowa shared an op-ed full of silly attacks against me and silly ways to defend the program. It sounds like I've said a lot of terrible things about private schools. Inaccurate, unfounded, unwarranted, baseless. Here are the examples of the things that I've said that they use to support their claim. Okay, that concludes that part of this video, because I've never said anything negative about private schools themselves. I do have a big problem with handing taxpayer dollars out to anybody if it's not allowed to be audited. Then she says, oh, the money belongs to the parents, not to private schools. Well, funny you should say that. As a matter of fact, the law states that all the money in the program has to go first to tuition and fees. That is written into the law. It's also why it's right here on the state of Iowa's website, where it says you have to use the money for tuition first. They say if a school mismanages resources, that parents will hold them accountable for it. The law doesn't give parents any right whatsoever to see how the money's getting spent, just like you, the taxpayer. Private schools can get all of this money. In fact, it's required to go to them. There's only one thing they can't do with it. They can do anything else they want, and there's no audits allowed. But sure, we should just trust that they'll let the parents find out about all the questionable spending that they're doing just out of the goodness of their hearts. Another interesting word choice in here is guidelines. Guidelines like, the state's just making suggestions. Nope, the state actually requires all of the money to go to tuition first until tuition is fully paid. And once all of that money is going to tuition, are there any rules for how the private schools spend that money, your tax dollars? One, they can't give a rebate to parents. That's it. No rules other than that, no audits. And then there's this claim that this program is especially for families that can't afford private school tuition. The vast majority of the people using this program were already enrolled in private school. There are literally no income limits for who can use it. And so most of the money is going to the wealthiest families in Iowa who already send their kids to private school. So that just doesn't add up. Math. Bottom line is, if you have to make up all of that stuff and then leave out all of those super important details about how the law works to try to defend it, maybe you should just change the law.